Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 4 of PGIM India Mutual Fund presents Live Mint, Amend, Adjust, and Adapt. This is a series of high-powered panel discussions that we have been doing to try and figure out the success mantras for the new normal in the post-COVID world. And if, like me, you're wondering when the post-COVID world is coming, I'm afraid that we don't have a clear answer to, but we can try and tell you how to cope, and that's what we've been trying to do here. Today, in this particular episode, we're going to take a look at leadership in these turbulent times, both leadership and how you can motivate yourself. You know, leadership and motivation. Who could need leadership and motivation more in a situation like this than sports people? I mean, the world is, for the rest of us, work still continues, work from home. But how are world champion sports people going to be working from home when they can't play with anybody? We don't know when the championships are going to start. The Tokyo Olympics would have happened by now, and it hasn't. So clearly, they face a lot of challenges.
Yes, of course. I think for us in sport, for many of them at least who have played the highest level, day in and day out, it's always sport. A lot of travel, a lot of tournaments, and the only time you get is from injuries. This time, the initial, say, a month of the breakdown or the lockdown is when the players would think that, okay, it's a time to recoup and get better. But as time goes on, it was possible that somebody could take it both ways. Somebody could use the lockdown and the rest to recoup and get better for the future, or somebody could actually get panicky and break down. So for many of the top players, I would think it's been a break because some of them have played, say, 10 years of badminton continuously, and the only time they took a break was injury. But since this was something without an injury, they've been able to work harder. Although it was difficult at home and competing was difficult, playing was difficult, but actually, since badminton is such a physical sport, many of them have actually taken the time out to get physically and mentally stronger, and across the world. And I think that's been something which I'm actually in a way happy for the players.
But how on earth in sports are you going to have a digital world? I can assure you that having, Saina and Sidhu, for example, playing badminton on e-sport is not as much fun as watching them play in real life. So sports perhaps is an exception. Although even here things could change. You may have a while before stadiums are packed, and we're all getting used to watching, for example, football matches happening with canned audiences, right? Canned applause coming in as people are going back and forth, pre-recorded, or being electronically generated, which is even more scary. Where do you see the long-term changes going to come in sports? Do you think at some point audiences will come back, and sports is one area that will not change radically? What do you think?
I think on one front, sport, fitness, immunity, all these things go together, positivity. So in these times, if people had live sport happening, I think there's something to look forward to and rejoice. So I think sport is important from that perspective. And also, sport can't go out because for immunity, health and all, it's very, very important. So from a certain perspective, it is. A lot more people have got into digital media doing fitness and workouts. And even athletes, say we would have a group class of things which is not necessarily playing, but if you're stretching or if you're kind of warming up or if you're strengthening exercises, probably this is a better way in the sense we could actually start having fitness sessions online and monitoring happening online, and also we being able to monitor sessions and academies or training centers across different parts of the country using technology as a medium. So I think it's going to be that way. Live sport, professional sport leagues, I think these will come back very quickly. And what my concern is of the local gym, the swimming pool, the guys who are working on the ground with 30 kids or 50 kids, the parents who will think twice before sending their kid to a class of gymnastics or swimming or football. I think that, and people taking sport as a profession who's a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old thinking maybe it's not worth it, I'll lose 2 years and 3 years, and that could mean a major thing.